Hari Om and welcome to all the Divine Atma Jyotis to today's Purna Yoga based contemplation session. So we are contemplating on the talk by Sri Prabhuji, the day 3 talk, which is based on the Sankhya Yoga. In the Sankhya Yoga, there is a portion of Karma Yoga and Sthita Prajna. Based on that, there is a talk, and these questions are based on that. And as of now, we have contemplated till question number 8. Is that correct, Padmaji?
No, sir, 5. 5. We finished 5.
Okay, so we have to start from
What is
number 6 to
Purnatva?
what is
Yes.
Purnatva. Okay, all right. So today we will take up what is Purnatva. How is Brahma, world, and Jiva are Purna? Padmaji, I thought in the last session we touched upon this, did we not? Number 6.
Yeah, we did, sir, but as a separate question, we didn't take it up. So
Okay, all right.
it's up to you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's begin from question number 6. What is Purnatva? How Brahma, world, and Jiva are Purna? So this is the question for contemplation to begin with. Each one of you can please share your view. Shall we begin from Krishna ji?
Vijay ji, actually, I haven't come till I haven't covered this.
Your voice is
I would
very
like to
feeble,
listen
Krishna
and
ji. Can you come closer to the mic and speak up?
how about now?
Yeah, this is much better.
Okay. No, I haven't watched the video with these
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
So can I
But do
listen
you have
and
any viewpoint, and based on the question, anything comes to you? According to you,
yeah, I
what?
watched.
Hmm.
So Purnatva is as I told, like I haven't watched this particular video, but I watched a similar video of Prabhuji. Uh, yeah, Purnatva is like completeness. Uh, it it says that we by default are complete, and we
Sorry, Krishna ji, your internet seems to be there seems to be an internet problem. We are not
we
able
are
to
not
hear you
able to
clearly.
recognize, and how Brahma, Bal, Jiva, Purna is like they're all up.
Okay. You say your internet is not stable. Is there something that you would like to change, or shall we come back to you? Okay, all right, Krishna ji. ಪದ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ? ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಜಿ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿರೋದು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ನೆಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಪೂರ್ಣ, ಸಚ್ಚಿತ್ ಆನಂದ, ಇದು ಅದನ್ನ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು. ಇವು ಮೂರು ಇರುವ ಕಡೆ ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣ. ಸತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ, ಚಿತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರಿವು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆನಂದ. ಇವು ಮೂರು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ ಗುಣಗಳು. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯೂ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಜೀವಿಯಾದ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಜೀವಿ ಬೇರೆ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚವೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನೇ ಬೇರೆ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ. ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಪೂರ್ಣನೇ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಅರಿವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀನು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಅಂತ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಹೌದಾ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಕಳಚಿ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಮುಖ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಂತು ಹೌದಾ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ. ಪ್ರಪಂಚವೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ತತ್ವ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದಲೇ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿರೋದು. ಇದು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ. ಇದು ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನಾಮ ರೂಪಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅರಿವಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೋ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪಂಚೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳ ಅರಿವಿಗೆ ಬರುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಾವು ನಾಮ ರೂಪಗಳಿಂದನೇ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಒಳಗಿನ ತತ್ವವನ್ನ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಿನ ನಾಮ ರೂಪಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಳಗಿನ ತತ್ವವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣ. ನಾಮ ರೂಪಗಳಲ್ಲ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನಾನು ನಾಮರೂಪಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಜೀವಿಯು ಸಹ ಪೂರ್ಣನೇ. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನಾನು ದೇಹ, ನಾನು ಮನಸ್ಸು, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಈ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತತ್ವದಿಂದಲೇ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಆತ್ಮನೇ. ಆತ್ಮನೇ ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ನನಗೆ ನಾನಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಗುರುಗಳ ಮುಖೇನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೌದು ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ವಿವೇಚನೆಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಹೌದು, ಬೇರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಅನಾದಿಯಾದದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆದಿ ಅಂತ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಇವಾಗ ತಾನೇ ವಾಸಾಂಸಿ ಜೀರ್ಣಾನಿ ನಾವು ಪಠಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ದೇಹ ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆದಾಗ ಅದು ಕಳಚಿ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಹ ಧರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೀಗೆ ರೂಪಗಳು ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಬದಲಾಗುವ ತತ್ವವನ್ನ ನೀನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಡ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದದ್ದನ್ನ ನೋಡು ಅಂತ. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಇದು ಈ ಗುಣ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನದು, ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣ. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಅದು ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಇದು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಜ್ಞಾನ, ಇದೆ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ. ಇಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಪದ್ಮಮ್ಮ. ಸ್ಮಿತಾಜಿ, would you like to share your view?
What is Purnatva? Purnatva is completeness or fullness. The realization that the world and me is not separate, is one, and the realization of this knowledge, and then applying that knowledge is what is the Purnatva of that of the understanding that this is one. And in our limited thinking, keeping it aside, keeping I am separate, or my ego and my limitations are coming in the way of thinking it as whatever is here and whatever is now in the present is what is Purna. That is what is my understanding.
Very nice. Would you like to share your view on how these three words, Brahma, world, and Jiva, what is your interpretation of these three, and are they also Purna? What is Brahma? What is world? What is Jiva?
What is the I'm not able to explain. The Brahma is I am Brahman. I am the realization. So all that is all three are together. The way we manifest it or way we see it is as separate entities. But if when you look if on the realization is that all is part of the same, as part of the whole, is when you not sure if I'm understanding it correctly. So the Brahma is the realization, and we are all, it is that I am part of it. So there is no separate world and no separate.
So usually in the Vedanta Vichara, the word Brahma or Brahman is used to refer to entirety.
Entirety, yes.
Yeah, so the entirety, Brahma, right? So that which is immense, that which is encompassing everything, is referred as Brahman. And world is nothing but Jagat, what is appearing and disappearing. Jiva is someone who feels I am a separate individual. That is, I am some body. And it could be at the physical body level, gross, or at an identification of various tendencies in the mind, a little subtle. But a body feeling is who is referred as a Jiva. So the question is, are these three also Purna?
I'm not sure. If you see it separately, if you see them individually, it is not Purna. If you see them separate, keep them separate, and like Brahma is separate, world is separate, Jiva, I am a part of this world, then it is considered, it is Jagat. I am here as a part of it, then it is all separate. But if you are seeing that you are just transcending or passing through this world, I mean, the body is just the vehicle, and you are you are you're there forever, then you're always in it, you're always completely in it. The body is just coming and going, but as the soul, as the Jiva, the Atma, you are always part of this world. You are not going away from here, because it's all together. Only the shape is changing.
Excellent. Very nice, Smita ji. Let's also listen to the others and then come back if you still have any particular viewpoints or questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. ಸಾವಿತ್ರಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣವಾದದ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊರತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮ ಇದೆಯೋ, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಆತ್ಮ ಸರ್ವವ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಇರದೇ ಇರುವಂತ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆತ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಜೀವಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆತ್ಮ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನು ಕೂಡ ಆತ್ಮನೇ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವನೇ ನಿಜವಾದ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೋ, ಅವನ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸಿರುತ್ತಾನೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವವೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ 0 ಇದೊಂದು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ಸೊನ್ನೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿದರೂ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದರೂ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದರೂ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸೊನ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಿಂದ ಗುಣಿಸಿದರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಭಾಗಿಸಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಸೊನ್ನೆಗೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಭಗವಂತನು ಕೂಡ ಪೂರ್ಣ. ಅವನು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಜೀವಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಜಗತ್ತಿನೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನೇ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ ಆತ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಜಗತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣ. ಜಗತ್ತು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜೀವಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಬದಲಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅವನ ದೇಹ ಬದಲಾಗಬಹುದು, ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬದಲಾಗಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಜಗತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಆತ್ಮ ಬದಲಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದದ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಲಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದದ್ದು. ತತ್ವಂ ಅಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ತತ್ವಂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಅಂತ, ನೀನು ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನೇ ಅಂತ. ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನೀನು ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ, ಜಗತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಜೀವ ಇವು ಮೂರುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಪೂರ್ಣವಾದವುಗಳೇ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸಾವಿತ್ರಿ ಅಮ್ಮ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Rajita ji, would you like to share your view?
Hari Om, Vijay ji. Though I have not gone through Prabhuji's video, but since ನಮ್ಗೆ AVSC ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆನ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೀವ. When Jiva thinks that he is separate from Brahma and the world, then he feels miserable actually. So when he feels miserable, he is not Purna. So Purnatva indicates Satchit Ananda Swarupi. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆನಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷಣಾನು ಅಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಚ್ಚಿತ್ ಆನಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಜೀವ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಜಗತ್ತು ಜೀವ ತಾನು ದೇಹ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬುದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಾನೇ ದೇಹ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅನ್ನುವ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಶ್ವರ ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಯಾಗಿ ತನ್ನನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೋ ಆಗ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವವನ್ನ, ಆಗ ಜೀವ ತಾನು ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಆನಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ದುಃಖಿತನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೈಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಈ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಈ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈಶ್ವರಾರ್ಪಣ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಜೀವ ತಾನು ಈಶ್ವರನಿಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಶರಣಾಗತಿಯಾದಾಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷಣ ಆ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವವನ್ನ ಪಡಿಬಹುದು, ಆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಯಾಗಿರ್ಬಹುದು. ಜೀವ ತಾನೇ ಈಶ್ವರ ಅನ್ನುವ ಭಾವನೆಯಿಂದ ಆ ಗುರುವಿನ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ ಇದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ರಜಿತಾ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Yes, sir. So here, like everyone else mentioned, Purnatva is completeness. But why I don't feel that I am complete? There are a couple of reasons for that. One is my strong association with the body, mind, and intellect, that I am this body, mind, and intellect. So I don't feel complete. I experience limitedness or lack somewhere. Then the second one is my thinking that I and the world are separate. That also does not give rise to completeness. In separateness, there can never be completeness. Similarly, as a jiva also, I feel limited. I don't feel infinite or eternal. So there is again a limitation there. However, who am I really? Am I this body, mind, intellect? Am I this jiva only? When you go into the question that who am I really, in that question is where the Purnatva lies. Because when you realize that I am Brahman, I am Satchit Ananda, then there is Purnatva. In all the three, that is when the jiva, the world and Brahman become one. It is complete in that sense. For example, when we look at the water, so a drop of water, the wave and the ocean, all three in essence are water only. So in that way, if we look at who am I really, I am the pure consciousness. The world is also nothing but Brahman. I am Brahman. And then everything that exists is Brahman. So there is only existence around us. So in that way, there is Purnatva. And to realize that, then why there is a world, why do we feel that separateness? Because like Guruji mentions in the video, I am here to learn lessons, to realize the self, and this world is nothing but a university where I am coming to learn the lessons. So the purpose here is to realize the self, and then once you realize the self, then your actions and everything is towards service, for the betterment of yourself and also for the betterment of others. So in that sense, the world is also a creation where it is very tailored to you only. You only are here to learn the lessons. What others are doing, that is not your concern. Only you are only existing. If you are Brahman, you are the only one there. So everything is for you, for your evolution, for your realization. So in that sense, when I see that everything is Brahman, I am Brahman, the world is Brahman, this is a place where I have come for my evolution, there is only Purnatva, there is only consciousness, there is only light. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very nice, Padmaji. Thank you very much. So just to add a couple of more points. This is all related to the perspective or the way in which I look at it. So in life, it is to do with how I look and interpret various phenomena. Like many of you have given already the example. I can take water in a tumbler and I can say it's a tumbler of water. I can look at the water in a pond and I can say it's a pond of water. So like that, I am the one who's looking at water in a given shape and form and giving a adjective called it's a tumbler, it's a pond, it's a river, it's a much bigger, it's a ocean. So like that, I am the one who's recognizing the way in which it is appearing and saying it is that. So when I say it's a tumbler, of course, a tumbler cannot be a pond. Similarly, a pond cannot be a river. Similarly, a river cannot be an ocean. So in that sense, when I start looking at it, I see differences. I see how can this be same? It is not same. So that is a viewpoint based on how it appears. But where is Purnatva? Where is that similar? When I ask another fundamental question, what is in the tumbler? Water. What is in the pond? Water. Likewise, I then ask the question, what is that essentially that I am seeing in the form of a tumbler, pond, river, ocean? Oh, nothing but water. As water, is there any difference? No. Can water be made more water? No. Can water be made less water? No. So in its essential nature means what? Fundamental nature. See, a tumbler happened because somebody took the water and then put it into the tumbler. So it's a phenomena that happened because of some action. But the question is not that of how it is appearing now, but what is the essential nature, the fundamental nature, that which is by itself. As water, water cannot be created. It is very fundamental. The nature of water, like the nature of fire, like the nature of wind, like the nature of light. Likewise, what is your and my fundamental nature? The fundamental nature at the foundational layer, at the fundamental nature level, can I be less or more? That is the essential pointer of the question, what is Purnatva? So at the fundamental layer, when I ask the question, what is my essential nature? Already many of you have given that pointer. It is Sat, Chit and Ananda. So I exist. I know I exist. So which means I'm a very conscious existence. And that existence, there is no way for me to say it is only this much or this much. Just like water can take any form of the vessel in which it is, this consciousness and existence seem to occupy everything that it is lighting up. If I look at it purely from a very body-centric viewpoint, when I was this little body also, I felt I'm there completely. When the body started growing also, I started feeling I'm there in all that. When the body has become big enough also, I feel that. And as it starts shrinking, maybe there is some accident and some eye is lost or leg is lost. Even then, I don't feel I am that much less. Or as the age starts creeping up, the body starts shrinking. Then also, I don't necessarily feel I'm becoming less. So in a way, when you examine your own essential nature, it doesn't seem to have a limitation. It seems to shrink to whatever you want. It seems to expand to whatever you want. Much like if I ask the question, okay, I am holding a tumbler of water. What is this tumbler of water? From where it came? It came from the tap. From where the water in the tap came? It came from the water supply department. From where that water came? From the nearby river. From where the river came? From the mountain. From where the water came to the mountain? From the rain. From where the rain came? From the ocean and all the other water body. So in one sense, the water that I'm holding right now in my hand is already connected to everything else. There is no way I can ever separate whatever that is there in front of me right now from the rest. This very moment when you and I seem to function in this world through whatever the different names and forms, for this very functioning also, everything else has to be at this moment well connected. Is it not? Just for this entire Zoom session to happen, if you really understand it from the technology viewpoint, your computer is connected to power, then your computer is connected to something called as internet, and that internet is a collection of 100,000 million of computers working together. So whatever you are speaking, whatever I'm speaking, it is transmitting through all this network. So at this moment, for this simple thing called as this Zoom session to happen, in the form of energy, in the form of electricity, energy is present, and all the other phenomena And right now, you and I are speaking of some knowledge, from where this knowledge began. So in the form of the knowledge, all the great masters are present right now in front of us. So in a way, you cannot really separate the phenomena that is happening right now from the rest. This very language that you and I seem to be speaking. So this very language has been contributed from so many people, from so many different ways. So no way to separate. The very breath that you and I are able to take right now, this very breath is a contribution of all the plants and the light. So there is no way that whatever is happening right now, here and now, there is no way that I can separate and say, look, this is separate and this is separate. For whatever that is happening also, everything else is contributing at the same time. It's a very wonderful and mysterious and magnificent phenomena. Right now, at a happening level, it is complete. At a essential level, it is complete. However, depending upon from which viewpoint I look at it, I may have a limited viewpoint. That is not the limitation of the phenomena. That is limitation of my understanding and my interpretation. So every moment is complete. Every moment is complete in itself. You are complete. There is nothing more to make you complete. Nothing can be taken away from you to make you incomplete. And that is one viewpoint of Purnatva. Hari Om. Does anyone have any question or any additional points to make after this discussion on this question? Smita ji, has all this discussion and viewpoints brought clarity?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Very nice. So it is 7:20. Padma ji, what do you feel? Shall we take the next question or shall we reserve it for next session?
So we can ask everyone how everyone feels. I am okay.
Is everyone okay to take up the next question and share our viewpoint? It may take another 10-15 minutes. We may spill over the 7:30 mark. If that is okay with all of you, we can continue. Is there someone who feels it is you need to drop? Okay, looks like we're okay to continue.
Sir, Rajita ji wanted to say something. Yes, Rajita
Yeah,
ji.
Rajita.
Vijay ji, I'll drop Vijay ji. I have some work.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Rajita ji. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is
So
it
I'll
okay?
join tomorrow.
Is it okay
Thank you
if we
so much.
continue?
Smita ji?
Yeah, we can, yeah, we can continue next week.
All right.
Ah,
Sure.
yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
then let us end
Okay.
our session here. Hari
Yeah.
Om.